Hello everyone, CharlesInCharge Chevy here at Castriota Chevrolet. Today I'm going to be covering this beautiful 2024 Blazer EV. I'm going to cover everything on it, so make sure to stay tuned. The all-new 2024 Chevrolet Blazer EV has been completely redesigned from the standard Blazer, giving it its own distinctive look and functions. The Blazer EV comes in 3 different trim levels: LT, RS, and SS. This right here is the RS, and this is what we're going to be covering here today. As you can tell from the design, it has a nice sleek look to it. It has nice big bolsters on the side to give a demanding presence. Cool tech in the front with the solid light bar functionality in the front, which I'll go over here shortly. Big wheels, designed to give it a presence on the road, but a nice sleek look that complements the power and performance of this vehicle. This right here, being the non-all-wheel drive version of the RS, gives it the equivalent of 340 horsepower, 325 torque. So the get up and go on it is beautiful, okay? Now, there are some things that come with this vehicle, with it being an EV. This vehicle comes standard with a dual level charge cord that you can utilize at your home. You have a 110 plug, kind of like what you would use for a cell phone or blender at the house. You plug that in, it's gonna go ahead and give you 4 miles of charge per hour. Great for just quick top-offs if you're at someone's house that doesn't have a charger or anything like that. You're going to be there for a barbecue. 4 or 5 hours later, leave, 20 miles to get back home, right? Now, this vehicle also has, with that dual level charge cord, a 240 plug. You plug that in, similar to a outlet for a dryer. You plug that in, that's going to go ahead and give you about 24 miles per hour charging. That's great for the everyday consumer. Pull into your garage, plug it in, overnight, 8 hours later, you have darn near a full charge, you're rocking and rolling. Now, if you were to get a professionally installed dual level charge cord provided by Chevy, okay, that's going to go ahead and give you up to the equivalent of 58 miles per hour, in charge. So that's going to be a great functionality for you too. And if you're out in the go, you need a quick charge, this does have a DC fast charge capability. You're going to have an extra prong setting that comes down here. You plug that in, up to 100 miles of charge in only 10 minutes. Going out to eat, plug it in. By the time you're done eating, your car's fully charged, ready to go. To piggyback off the information in regards to charging that we covered on the outside of the vehicle, well, I'm going to cover some information on the inside about charging. If you go to your home screen here, it brings up charging, you click here, you can do a few things. You can set the vehicle to start charging at different times at night. During off-peak hours, your electric company that you use will go ahead and generally have lesser cost to use electricity at night, so you're not overpowering the grid. Using those off-peak hours helps you reduce your cost of charging the vehicle. You can also set it up to different charging percentages. It's recommended with all EV vehicles, if you're not going on long trips, to set the charge at 80%. Okay? Setting the charge at 80% will give you, on this vehicle, 271 miles worth of drive-in. That's going to learn your driving style and give you a mileage range based off of your driving style. If you're going on a long trip, you simply move this up to the 100%, and it changes the amount of driving availability up to 339 miles of driving based off of the current battery worth of charge. You utilize that when you're going on a long trip, that way you have a full charge before you go. But for the moment, I'm going to move it right back down to 80%, okay? Another cool thing you can do is by clicking here, you sign into your My Chevrolet account, you can find different charging stations that utilize the specific plug for this vehicle nationwide. Over 174,000 nationwide, and soon we're going to be partnered with Tesla to utilize an additional 15 to 20,000 of their Tesla chargers with our systems here, which is pretty darn cool. Throughout the week, you can even set up a schedule, right? If you know you're going to be leaving earlier in the mornings, like Monday and Friday, later, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can set up a schedule. That way you can access and utilize your electricity to more of your specifications. You can even set it to charge differently from your home versus different locations. One thing you can also do is set up your vehicle to prep the battery system for the fast charge system. So if you know you're going out and about and you're going to be plugging into a fast charger, it's going to want to prep the battery to start taking that additional electricity for the fast charging. It'll prep it here. Another cool thing is if you utilize the map here and you access a fast charger and it's going to take you to that fast charger, it will already precondition it for the fast charging. So another fun aspect on that end in regards to charging. All right, so I'm going to talk about two of the coolest features I love about the all-new Blazer EV. The first feature that's standard on all the trim levels is the approach lighting. With the key on you as you approach the vehicle, or if you unlock the vehicle, you're going to get a nice light show that pops up, kind of saying, hey, we know you're here, we know you're ready to drive. Now, the second feature I wanted to talk about on the vehicle that I like is it's an optional package you get. The vehicle's locked, keys in your pocket. Standing next to the back here, about 4 or 5 seconds later, you're going to get 4 audible beeps that allow the tailgate to open right up for you, knowing that your hands are full and you're ready to get inside of the vehicle, just like that. Now, in regards to Chevy, this vehicle still has all the standard safety features you've come to know and love, plus a few more, and something called the RS Confidence and Convenience Package. The standard safety features are going to find, first start with the camera system up front on that window. It's going to give you 6 standard safety features. The first thing's called Forward Collision Alert and Follow Distance Indicator. So as you're driving down the road, it's going to go ahead and give you a green car. If a car gets inside of your lane, it says, hey, you're following at a safe distance. Now, you can have that car alert you at a short distance, medium distance, or far distance if you're following too close. If you start to follow too close, your foot's on the pedal, you're giving the acceleration, and the car can sense, hey, you're probably not paying attention because you're coming up on that vehicle that's in front of you too closely, you're going to get an audible red flash, beep, 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 telling you, hey, pay attention. If you do not brake in time, the system will 3 automatic emergency brake to prevent or reduce an accident. The second thing it has is something called Lane Keep Assist. The white lines that you see on the road here, okay, you're going to get a green set of those that pop up saying, hey, we see the white lines in the road. You start to veer out of your lane, right, not using your turn signal. Pretty common here in Florida, a lot of people don't, but without using your turn signal or you're veering out of the lane, it's going to give you a slight little nudge right back into your lane to keep you straight and narrow on the road. If you start to do it too many times, so call it ping-ponging, you're going to get that audible red flash, beep, 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 telling you, hey, get some coffee in you, right? Pay attention. The next standard safety feature in the Chevy Safety Assist lineup is called IntelliBeam headlights. At nighttime, your lights are going to be on full bright. Once the camera system can see either headlights or tail lights, it's going to go ahead and dim that down a little bit. That way you're not flashing people in the eyes. And once you pass them, it's going to go right back up to full bright. So you have full visibility at nighttime at all times, which is a big plus. Now, this vehicle has the 2 other additional standard safety features that come on this package. The first feature is these little car icons that pop up. That's known as your side blind alert. Okay, those car icons are going to go bright amber orange if someone is sitting in your blind spot. If it's flashing, it means someone's passing your blind spot. It'll do on both mirrors, the driver's side and passenger side. Now, this vehicle also has on it something called rear cross traffic. I like to call that feature the Walmart saver. We've all done it. We have a humongous SUV over here, a humongous truck over here. As we're backing out of a parking spot, it'll go ahead and read 50 foot to the left and right. If someone's coming with your backup camera on and utilized, it's going to give you a red arrow telling you beep, 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 which direction someone's coming, so you can pay a little bit more attention. The additional safety features on this vehicle come in a package with the RS known as the RS convenience and driver confidence package. Okay, utilizing the camera system up top, the follow distance indicator where it alerts you at a far, medium, or short distance if you're following too close. You'll get something called adaptive cruise. You set your speed. If someone gets in front of you going slower, it's going to adapt to that speed, and then once you get out of that lane that you're in, it's going to go ahead and go back up to the predetermined speed. It also has something called cyclist alert. So if someone's cycling beside you, you maybe don't really see them, and you start to get over, it's going to go ahead and once again give you a slight little nudge right back and alert you, hey, someone's cycling. Additionally, it has something called rear brake-in. So as you're in reverse with that Walmart Saver feature, you know, the rear cross traffic I had previously mentioned, if you continue going and it can sense that other vehicle coming, it's going to brake to prevent you from hitting them. Now that also works with people, small children, people in shopping carts. So it is enhanced and great for safety. Now this vehicle also has with it in that package the 360 camera view. You're going to get these cameras under your side mirrors here, and a camera up front right by the grill, and that's going to go ahead and give you 360 view, a little bird's eye view of everything that's around you. You can set it to show you what's in front of you as you're parking, so you can see how close you're getting. You can also see your individual wheels as you're parallel parking, so you don't scrape them up. Beautiful 21-inch wheels, by the way. The LT comes standard with 19s. And then you can even set it up to, as you're backing out of a parking spot with that 360 view, and you turn the wheel, the grid line is going to show you how close you're getting to the other vehicles around you. So it's really going to help with parking and keeping you safe. Now that we're done talking about all the safety features this has, let's get into more of the tech. Now getting into the Chevrolet Blazer EV is very simple. You have your keys in your pocket, you press the button on the outside one time, it'll unlock the one door. With this model, the automatic side mirrors will open up. The one press opens up the door. Now you don't need to press any additional buttons. You come in, close the car, and simply put your foot on the brake. Doing so activates the entire system and turns everything on. Now once the vehicle's on, you're going to see a massive 11-inch driver information display system here that is totally customizable on your steering wheel, where you can change everything from the different views that you see to give you a little bit more wattage usage, mileage. You can even add things to the cluster here that gives you different views, such as your Google Maps, driving safety features, or if you just want something that's slim, sleek, and easy, this view as well. Cool thing you can also see in the vehicle is this massively large 17.7-inch driver display here, which gives you all of your convenience features. As you see, it's a little loaded. We've already gone over the charging information here, but don't let this scare you. It is very easy to utilize in aspect. Okay, so the first things first. As you notice, we put a foot on the brake, and it automatically started with the key in our pocket. All right, so how do you turn off the car? A couple ways. You can physically leave the vehicle with the key on you. It'll automatically turn off. Okay. Now, what if you have, a kid in the car and you're going to the convenience store just to grab a Coke or something? You can press this button here, and it will keep the vehicle on for 60 minutes. That way, you can go in for 4 or 5 minutes, grab what you need to grab, come back out, car's still running, and you're rocking and rolling. Once again, press that button, turns it right off. You can physically press the off button here, and that'll go ahead, and you can either turn the vehicle off or cancel that. Right? Simple and easy way of accessing all that information. Up top here, I'm going to start where the simple thing is. You press your home screen. It's going to bring you right back to your home display here. Press vehicle status. As you're going through your vehicle status, it's going to give you this neat little design where you get a 3D workable display of a Blazer EV. You can see everything on the vehicle, such as tire pressure information. You can, once again, add that to that display over here so you can see it there. You can relearn your tire pressures once everything has been set. You can see your driver energy information such as kilowatt hours used and depending on how you're using it. So this is utilizing your cooling for the battery systems. This is telling you that 40% is being used on driving technique. And then this here would be based off of climate controls and your outside factors that are determining your battery usage. Going back here, you can see different drive modes. These drive modes are how you dynamically access different qualities of your driving that you can do on this vehicle. So the first thing is your normal mode, everyday style driving, nothing crazy, nothing over the top, nuts. If you access sports here, the sport mode is going to go ahead and give you a little bit more of a responsive experience. It's going to go ahead and tighten the handling on the vehicle with your steering wheel. It's going to go ahead and change how it kind of shifts in order to give it a little bit more of a dynamic feel. Your snow and ice will go ahead and smooth the power out on the wheels so you're not spinning potentially, and give you a little bit better traction for snow and ice. Then you have something called My Mode. In My Mode, you can set up an everyday style driving experience that you enjoy. You can do everything from your steering to your brake feel, acceleration, even the sound of the motor. You can make it sound a little bit more sporty with a little bit more of a rasp to it, and customize it to however you feel, which is pretty darn cool. Going back once again to your home button here brings you back to your home screen. You'll have your Google Assistant. Google Maps is built into the vehicle. Sorry, it's seeing my voice there. But Google Maps is built in. You can either press Google Assistant, press the talk button here, or even say, "Hey Google, what time is it?"
It's 11:39 a.m.
Cool. You can even see aspects of your charging on the vehicle. "Hey Google, what's my battery percentage?"
Your battery is at 74%.
Pretty darn cool. Now, I do have Play Store that's tied with Google, certain apps that can be utilized with the car. Okay. Once again, if you just want to see your camera views, you click here and you can change different things that you see on the vehicle. You can take the top-down view, change it to something completely different, like your 360 view here. You can turn your guidelines on to where you're in reverse, and it shows you your guidelines where you're going to be next to the vehicles as you're pulling in or pulling out of parking spots. Mess with it a little bit. I think you would really enjoy it. Now, the Amazon Alexa is pretty darn cool. Once you're signed into the Google stuff, you sign into your Alexa here. Doing so, you can control all the stuff from your account in your home, your garage. You can even set it up with the maps to when you're, like, let's say 300 foot away from the house, it'll automatically open up the garage door so you can pull in. Or if you have like the auto locks on the doors, you can go ahead and set it up to automatically unlock as you're approaching the house. That way you don't even have to mess with anything. You have your settings button here where you can check everything from your connections down to your vehicle. You can set it up to automatically lock when you walk away from the car. You can even set up profiles. So one for yourself, one for your significant other. That will change all of your audio settings and everything like that to where you're comfortable and feeling great. Here's something kind of cool. It has ambient lighting in the vehicle. You can set this up to utilize lighting all along your air vents here. We are hoping that soon in the future they'll do it like they did in some of the older version Camaros, where they were able to put it along door trims and things like that. This doesn't have it, but we're hoping soon in the future that they'll allow that to be the case. So you can even set that up to work with one of your drive modes. So if you wanted to go sporty, utilizing, let's say, red, you set red here, boom, link it to your drive mode, and then boom, you're rocking and rolling. Now, once again, back to your home. Access all of your climate. You can also do that right here for all of your climate controls. You do have Wi-Fi. Once again, you have your Google Maps built in and all of your phone controls as well. Once you're familiar with this, it's going to be super simple, super easy to use. Now, this vehicle does have a little bit more tech on it. This vehicle has a 12-inch heads-up display. you can access all of that information in this screen here. So what you'll do is you'll go to your settings, go to your head-up display. You can move it up, move it down, change the tilt, and even change some of the driver information that you would see right there. Another cool thing this vehicle has is a camera system that gives you a 127-degree view of what's directly behind you. So if you didn't want to utilize your already beautiful 360 camera system here, where you can see everything behind you, you could go ahead and utilize this. That way it gives you a little bit of a different viewpoint with all of it. The vehicle also has wireless charging, plenty of storage here, along with Type-C charging. Storage here, along with more Type-C charging that plugs in, as well as Type-C charging in the back, plus AC ports, and even heated second row seats. Interior-wise, you got nice leather with micro suede that goes throughout, so it gives it a nice look. Two-tone stitching, red and blue, to give it a nice look. And then this one has the full sunroof, moonroof package on it, which is beautiful. So one interesting aspect about driving this vehicle is when you take it out of park and you move it into reverse or drive, you're going to notice a slight sound. That sound is going to be audible on the exterior up to the 25 mile per hour mark. And the reason that is so if you're in a parking lot, a garage, or something like that, people can hear you. These vehicles are very quiet, as it doesn't have a standard engine. It has an electric motor, so it's so quiet you have to literally alert other people that you're moving, and doing so to keep them safe from potentially walking out and getting hit or anything like that. Now, one cool thing about this vehicle is there are two different ways to drive the vehicle. Actually, three. The first way is your standard driving, right? Put your foot on the accelerator pedal. Once you get it out of park, you just pull back, down, accelerator pedal, ready to go. So regular pedal, I go forward, and then as you see, I'm using electricity. I brake, a little bit of my regenerative braking's in there to help recharge the battery system. That regenerative braking will reverse polarize the electric motor to regain some of that energy and put it back into the system. That way you're not using as much electricity as you're driving. Now, the second way you can do it is by using your regen button here. So I'm going to turn around. And the regen button will kind of do that for you without you pressing on the brakes. So as you, let's say, get this up to speed, I'm going to get it up to 15 miles per hour. And I press the regen button here. I'm not braking, my foot's not on the brake. And you saw all that electricity getting captured and put back into the system. My foot was right here. So it will come to a complete stop for you. It's a little bit of a slower stop. The regen is perfect for highway style driving, any kind of driving where you're normally, like for instance on US 19, 55 miles an hour plus. The next style of driving is something called one pedal, right here. If you press the one pedal driving button, that's going to go active. And with one pedal driving, you don't even need to press the regen button. You can, it will almost double or try to capture even more of the electricity from the reverse polarization of the motors back into the system, but you don't need to. All you're going to do is going to have your foot right there on the accelerator, and that's it. But it will stop the vehicle a lot faster. So I'm going to turn around here. Okay. I'm going to get this up to, let's say, 30 miles an hour and go from there. So I'm going to accelerate. Once again, very fast acceleration. And then foot's not on brake. The one pedal driving the entire time took that energy and conserved it back in. Now, the one reason I love all those safety features with this vehicle particularly is because it has something called auto hold. So what that will do is if you come up to a stoplight, right, and you're, just don't want to have your foot on the brake holding it, the auto hold will keep your brake lights on for you. 100% stop. You get to rest your ankle as you're driving. Me, I'm a bigger guy. My ankles hurt. Sorry to say that, but it's true. But keeping it on auto hold is pretty easy. So you get to relax and rest while you're at that stoplight. As soon as the stoplight's done, you just press go. It releases those brake lights and you're good to go. All in all, the 2024 Chevrolet Blazer EV is a fun, dynamic vehicle. Whether it's the drive, the tech, or the safety, you can't go wrong, and it's worthy of being in your driveway for your everyday driving needs. Whether it's also the LT trim level, the RS trim level with the updated wheels, blacked out emblems, and a little bit more of a sportier look to it, or even the SS, which I haven't personally seen, but I tell you what, I'm excited to see that as well. You can't go wrong with any of them, as they're made for the everyday driver to have fun and feel confident while out on the road. Remember, follow my Instagram, CharlesInCharge_Chevy, or my Facebook page, CharlesInCharge, right here at Castriota Chevrolet. And make sure to have a great day, guys.